See, when I'm idling like this, I'm covering a big span, and right back there I saw 2 or 3 really bigger fish. It wasn't a big school, and it's not what I'd like to look for, like on an area to start or where I felt like I could catch a lot of fish over a 2 or 3 day period, but it might be 2 big ones down there. And I've had a lot of times where I'll stop on an area like that and cull a 3-pounder with a 6-pounder. Made all the difference in the world. So you had to stop, you know. Just fun fishing like we're doing right now for illustrations and all. I'm not going to stop on that type of stuff, but don't be scared to stop on an area where you think is a couple big ones if you've got 5 in the live well and you need to go. We're at the first big point coming off of what I would say just some shallow fishing, some spawning bays, a lot of trees, shade, all that kind of stuff. Well, on the Tennessee River especially, or in a lot of places, these fish will come off the bank and they'll get out near the deepest water, or in this instance, there's a river, so there's flow and current. This is a TVA body of water. It's power generated. So as they need power, they'll generate this current, and that's what those fish key in on. That's what even the bluegill and the crappie and all their forage, the shad, the threadfin shad, the yellowtails, all that, the gizzards, it all gets out here in the current. And this is the first big point right here, as you can see, before it drops off into the river system. And I've got my depth shading on to where I know that 10 to 15 foot is green, 15 to 18 is orange, 18 to 24 is blue. And you can set your depth shading up, or you don't have to use depth shading. It's just a way that I can quickly, if I'm catching fish in 18 foot of water, I can set back and I can hit all these high percentage areas, whether it's a point or whatever in that particular depth range. But as this last point comes out here and forms a point, I am idling. And as you can see right now, I feel like those fish are on the deepest point. They're on the deepest drop. Well, look at my side view right here. There's shade off of that. So I know that that's the deepest point right here, and I'm up too shallow. I really need to be idling right there on that break. So we're up a little too shallow. We just move out and we get more over on that break. And as we do, you can see one fish right there on the bottom. And I can see it over here on my 2D as well. There's a few more fish starting to show up right there, right on the break. So as I got out on the edge, just a little bit more where it dropped off, started seeing a few fish. Now that's not enough fish to get my attention. I want to see a lot of fish, but for the sake of idling and showing you, getting more in depth with ledge fishing, that's what we're looking for. That is a prime time location. They weren't there right then. We got a whole river system to go look at, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna get into some fishing. We're gonna get into some baits and my equipment and all that type of thing. But that's what you're doing. You're trying to get in a high percentage area. That straight ledge going in, there may be a few scattered fish on it, but where they want to stack up is a high percentage area, and that's what we're going to be looking for today. And I hope to be able to stumble onto a big old school and us catch some fish for you. But that's ledge fishing, spending a lot of time here, less time up there while you're hunting. And that's what we're doing. We're hunting just like we're whitetail hunting or anything else. You go in the woods and you find those migration routes and you find those high percentage pinch points. That's exactly what we're doing with ledge fishing right now. We'll find them.